Even if you are not a foodie, you cannot resist this Nsala soup. Made with a combination of finely selected local ingredients that will leave you asking for more. The aroma alone will get you hooked. Hi lovelies, trust you are all doing well. Thank you all so much for all your support. Join me in this video as I take you through a step-by-step method of cooking a delicious Nsala soup with assorted meat. I am using the original recipe. So here are the list of ingredients you will need if you're making Nsala soup. Meat or fresh fish of choice, but for the purpose of this video, I am using cow tongue, cow intestine, and cow liver. Cow tail, stockfish, dry fish, crayfish, onion, habanero pepper, my homemade stock cubes, okpei, and uziza seed. These are the major spices you need when making Nsala soup. So for the thickener, you will be needing yam. You can use cocoyam if you don't have yam. You can also use Irish potato. I started by cooking the meat. To do this, pour all this meat in the pot, add enough water to float on the meat, then add salt, allow the meat to boil, and once it boils, turn off the flame. This time, wash them very well and rinse very well. I also separated the meat after washing because I did not cook all the meat together. This was after washing. I went ahead to cook the meat the second time. To cook the cow tail, I love to use the pressure pot. I added some water, salt, my homemade stock cube, sliced onion, and the washed cow tail. So give this a good mix, cover, and cook this cow tail till they are 85 to 90% cooked. And in a separate pot, I added the washed intestine, the liver, and the cow tongue, and I seasoned with salt, my homemade stock cubes, sliced onion. Stir this nicely, cover, and cook first in its juice. While waiting, I roasted the okpei. Few minutes later, I added stockfish. The stockfish has been washed. I covered this again so that the stockfish will cook few minutes before I added water. I also added some salt, onion, blend of pepper, crayfish, uziza seed, and okpei. At this point, the aroma alone is sending some signals already. So you have to stir all this nicely so that they can combine well. I have already peeled and washed some portion of the yam. Remember, we're using it as a thickener. So I added it also at this point. Cover this and let this cook. So halfway through, I added the dry fish, already washed. Cover and now cook until the yam is soft. At this point, pay attention to the consistency of the soup. If the soup is watery, you may need to take out some pieces of the yam, pound it, and add it back to the soup. If the consistency of the soup is okay, but the yam in the soup is much, you can take out few pieces of the yam or all the yam, then pound it and keep it aside. Keep it very safe. It will come in handy when the soup is done. Remember the cow tail, it's cooked already, so I added it at this point. I also added few leaves of utazi. For this soup, the consistency was perfect, so I did not add the yam back in the soup. Rather, I left some pieces in the soup. So 2 minutes later, our soup is finally done. What would you pair this soup with? You can see I served with the pounded yam I kept aside. The combo was very good. This soup tasted absolutely super delicious. It is that type of soup you would love to try. Thank you all so much everyone for watching. By the grace of God, I shall see you all again in my next one. But before then, stay strong, stay motivated, keep winning, and keep looking unto Jesus. Only from Him our help comes.
Bye-bye.